everybody? Welcome to Sixers Postgame Live. Sixers get yet another very confident, cool, relaxing victory over the Brooklyn Nets. 121-99. Move on to 10-3 on the season. Top takeaways, player of the game, and more. Joining me, my man Mitch at Mitch Kofsky on Twitter. Go check out Hardcore Sports Network. What's up, Mitch?
Hey, all I can say is this.
Oh, Mitch, you're muted.
There we go. We got it. I just my mic. Yeah, put some respect on D'Anthony Melton's name and Jaden Springer again. It's definitely the Jaden Springer victory tour now.
Absolutely, man. My goodness. The D'Anthony Melton game, the Jaden Springer victory tour, Joel Embiid evolving into the second best passing big man in the NBA. We're going to break it all down. We also have Pat joining down the stretch here. Philly Special Card says, great win, but one critique. I want KJ playing more than Frick. It's going to come. It's going to come. Like, we've seen Nick Nurse in his lineup combinations. It's basically benefited everybody except for KJ. So just patience. That's all I'm going to say, patience. But I'm right there with you, man. I want to see KJ with Tyrese Maxey in this transition offense. We've got Ryan in the house saying, hi, guys. Sean's in the house saying, great win. Ryan says, what I'm about to say has to do with the playoffs come. It's a four-part comment. Okay, here we go. Here comes our narrative from Ryan. But let's jump right into Joel Embiid, who finished this one with a plus 25, 32 points, 11 of 24 from the field in 31 minutes, 9 of 10 from the line, 12 boards, but just one turnover. The big thing here, though, is the 9 assists. I thought Embiid looked sensational moving the basketball. Like, I say, like, after the first quarter or so, the Sixers really looked amazing moving the ball. The offense looked fluid. Embiid was getting the ball in really good spots, even at times from the elbow when the shot wasn't falling. I thought top to bottom, Embiid has been terrific. And kind of since being called out on passing the rock, man, he's been really good, man. What are your thoughts on Embiid?
Hey, he's just trying to improve his game, and with Nick Nurse unlocking all the potential that Embiid has, the playmaking is there, man. It is actually there. And, hey, he's playing a hell of a game, hell of a season so far. I love it out of him.
Yeah, man. He had 5 assists at the half. There were some really strong moments from Embiid moving the basketball. There was one where he got the board, started the fast break like he's Charles frickin' Barkley, and then had an amazing bounce pass to, I think, Melton for the slam. By the way, we had 2. We're going to get to Melton in a second. But we had 2 Melton dunks in this one, who coming into this game was straight garbage at the rim into this season. He looked like one of the Monstars who, like, stole someone's talent, and all of a sudden Melton's finishing at traffic, hitting threes at the same time. It was like watching a completely different basketball player. But let's kind of stick on Joel Embiid, who I thought really took over with his passing in that third quarter, where he was absolutely dominant in that quarter where the Sixers took over the Nets. They beat the Nets by 11 points in the quarter. Embiid had 10 points, 4 assists during that stretch. Pat, are you in? Are you in?
Come in, buddy. Yes.
We've got Pat in the house, man. We're talking about Joel Embiid. What do you think about Joel Embiid?
Again, Mitch, it was just about a week ago. You and I felt like we were going through a Dr. Phil episode, listening to all the complaints of people wanting to trade this man. I think people have come to the realization you just can't do that. I mean, again, what this guy does, he made D'Anthony Melton tonight, right? He's been making this kid look great. Again, when he takes that 3-on-1 coverages, guess who's wide opening spacing? There's D'Anthony Melton on the perimeter, looking really good. Again, finding D'Anthony Melton all over the floor. He has a good core and spines with him. He looked really, really sharp tonight. Again, you're just the reigning MVP, and this is what he does. I mean, look, 31 minutes, 32 points. You can't ask for much more than that. And dealing what he's dealing with. And again, there's times where he's on the floor and the bench is giving you nothing. And he's got to carry the team on his back, and he's still putting a finger away to get to the basket and do all those other things.
This is Embiid's 10th game this season with 6 or more assists in a game. That's incredible. It's like I love that. Like you look at like Sixers teams in the past where they were truly built around Ben Simmons. This team is built around Joel Embiid. Morey,
Yes.
we're going to talk about Batum in a second because I thought he was terrific. But with Batum and with Rocco and with Springer, they finally have athletic, lengthy wings and guards that can cut to the basket. And really, that has unlocked Joel Embiid and his passing. I made a kind of a half joke on Twitter that Embiid spent all offseason watching Nikola Jokic YouTube videos, learning how to pass. And that might not be, like, the more I think about it, that might not be that crazy because we've seen Embiid, like Maxey, kind of like take a leap in different areas of his game. But again, what a performance from Joel Embiid. He didn't get the triple-double, but absolutely evolving into the second best passing big man in the NBA. Like when Embiid's moving the ball, when he's reading those double teams, when he's reading those triple teams, guys are cutting, guys are getting open under the basket, man. This offense is just different, man. Really great to see. Next up, let's talk about DeAnthony Melton, who had his best Sixers game of his career. 21 points, 4 of 6 from 3. He had 3 steals, plus 23, 8 of 10 from the field. But what was so shocking, at least for me, because heading into this game, he was shooting like 22% at the rim and then like 3% from 3. He was finishing through traffic. He was dunking on people in transition.
Yes.
Who is this guy? I'll throw it to you, Mitch. Like, this is your boy.
I've been on the DeAnthony Melton bandwagon for the last couple games now. And what he's doing, he's just being that 3-and-D guy that we need next to Joel Embiid. You know, it's like finding the pass, cutting, whatever he needs to do. He's doing that. Just play to his role, and he's fine. If he gets the ball in his hands, yes, he's terrible. I'll give him that. God awful. But, hey, if he plays to his role, I'm good with it.
Yeah, what about you, Pat?
Same. I mean, when Kyle Oubre went down, he stepped up. And he's been that catch and shoot kind of guy. He's been that guy. Tonight I saw it. He wasn't attempting to go inside the paint. Well, he's been not only going inside the paint, but he's got a nice little mid-range game. He's been able, he's finding his way to the rack. I mean, he's doing all those things that you need him to do. Again, getting nice rebounds. You needed that from him. So again, he kind of took the page out of Kelly Oubre's playbook and implemented it to himself, and that's what he's done. He's been that guy that to fill that void, that what we needed. Again, what Kyle Oubre was doing, he was a catch and shoot, getting nice rebounds, taking the ball to the rack, making nice passes. He's doing that all now. And then, like I said, with Embiid taking the triple coverages, this leaves this guy wide open for him to do what he needs. And now, said on the broadcasting, like his perimeter shooting went from 26%, I think, to up to 76% over the week these past few nights. So I mean, his 3-point shot has been better. Him taking the ball to the rack has been better. Everything about his game, it's been an upswing.
Yeah, Melton over the last 4 games is 12 of 25 from 3. He's shooting really well. I mean, that's 48% from the field. You want to see Melton be more consistent. I think everybody knows. I think the proof is in the pudding. Like, Melton should not have the basketball in his hands in clutch time in the fourth quarter when the game's on the line. But Melton in this role where he's, like Mitch said, a more catch and shoot kind of dude, that is exactly what we're looking for. Hopefully off the bench, and when Morey kind of tweaks this roster in a couple of months. Let's get to some comments, and then we're going to get into Tyrese Maxey for a little bit. Anthony says, good win for the Sixers. We've got a big comment from Ryan going on there. Melton looks good, has for the last 5 games or so. They should start to look at a starting shooting guard and have Melton come off the bench. Absolutely. Go get a guard with more size that does more things, catch and shoot threes, plays defense with more consistency. Absolutely. And then Melton hasn't been consistent enough to be a starter. Need a good-sized guard beside Maxey who can catch and shoot. Absolutely agree. I mean, this team, this roster has a long way to go, and it's coming along. It's bar none the most entertaining Sixers roster with Nick Nurse in quite some time. Philly's special card says, "Love what I saw of Mamba." We got a Mamba,
Right?
Mo Bamba comment. That might be the first comment we've seen from him all post-game shows this season.
Yes.
He stinks. Pat and Mitch, double trouble, dives now.
Yes.
Brian
I'll
says,
take it.
saying about Melton come playoffs time. I'm going to take that Melton comment. Yeah, let's roll this thing into Jaden Springer, because I think Ryan, I think you're right on it, but I think Jaden Springer is actually the stopper for the Sixers team. He's our secret weapon when the Sixers get to the playoffs. I'm going to say why. Daniel says it's the Nets. They suck. That's true. They were missing Cam Thomas, who's a superstar.
Yeah. They were missing Ben Simmons too, but
not Melton's best game was against the Pacers. I don't know, man. I thought just efficiency-wise, Melton was sensational. And then remember when I said Max is going to be a superstar from Bruce?
Yeah.
Let's get into Jaden Springer before we get into Tyrese Maxey. Jaden Springer finished the game here. I got to scroll down, I guess, maybe. There he is. 10 points. He had 5 boards, a steal, 2 of 4 from three-point range. Love to see that. But it's his defense. Is so infectious for this team. His cutting to the basket. This guy brings an energy to the game. He's kind of what I wanted Matisse Thybulle to be in some respects. I'm not comparing those two, but you kind of get that same excitement like you watched Tyrese Maxey last year. Like when you just look at the eye test, you know, when you watch Maxey last year, like starting to get more playing time, I think Jaden Springer is in that same role. And I think Jaden Springer is going to be that ball stopper, the guy that can, you know, fight through screens, you know, slow down a pick and roll, you know, defend Halliburton, Dame, Jaylen Brown. You know, it's really great to see this guy get extended minutes, that he's always hustling. He's always fearless. You can just tell this kid's going to be something big. He had 2 big catch and shoot threes in that fourth quarter, which were huge because you want Joel Embiid to kind of have that fourth quarter night off because that fall he had at that one time where he like kind of hit his hand, that was awkward. That looked weird. I was kind of worried about that, but I'll throw it to you, Pat. What are your thoughts on Jaden Springer and the big picture?
Look, you kind of dumbing it all down. I mean, you look at a big picture moving forward. This kid's special. Again, the way he get rebounds, I mean, he's got the old classic pump shoes, because when my man makes a leap, it's up like next to the rim. I mean, he's got some hops. So he could play deep. Again, he's getting boards. He can shoot a little bit. His future is only getting brighter and brighter. So give him a few more, and he may not in this lineup, maybe not this year, but again, I mean, Sixers might have themselves a diamond in the rough moving forward as far as a starting rotational player here, because this kid can do it all. I mean, again, the way I saw him grab boards, the way he can shoot. I mean, that's another complimentary piece that you have coming off the bench. Just when you're tired, your team's getting tired and limited. You know, it's someone who could come up and play with Embiid coming off that bench and try and fill the voids when someone is not producing, and he's doing that just now. Look at him; he's got the most points coming off the bench. You know, the Korkmazes, the Rokos are not finding the bucket, but he is. So again, that's something special, and we have something going with this kid.
I have a hot take, and I'm going to say it, and I probably am going to look really stupid in saying it.
Hold on, is there any kind of blood relation with you and Harper?
Why?
Bruce?
Oh,
just out there.
Oh, that's my guy, man. I'm keep on making that joke.
Oh, okay. I just called me up off guard, but continue, Dives.
There's a lot of talk about Alex Caruso being a trade target for the Sixers. Given his trade value and market, it seems like it's going to be like a first-round pick. I'm not doing that. You look at Jaden Springer, 3 straight games with 20 points or 20 minutes or more. The Sixers kind of have a rotational Alex Caruso already on the roster, and his name is Jaden freaking Springer, locking down people on the perimeter, just fearless, energy on that side of the court, man. I'm not going to say he's an all NBA defender, but he's projecting that way. And I want to give Jaden Springer the shot before I'm start giving away first round picks like they're candy. We just got first round picks. I'm not giving it for a rotational player when the Sixers already have a guy that's finally getting a chance in Jaden Springer. Mitch, thoughts on Jaden Springer?
Hey, like you and I were talking about in the summer league, just like how he's progressing, his defense, athleticism. I mean, the guy's finally getting his shot. You had Doc Rivers last year, just putting him back on the bench, last seat there, keeping him warm for him. So it's just like very nice to see him getting unlocked by Nick Nurse and seeing all of his potential. I love it. He is the future. Future is Jaden Springer. I love it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Philly Special says buying all the Springer rookie cards, he's going to be a beast.
Yes.
Great idea. I love the Lou Dort comparison. I was kind of like the flashes early was like a Jimmy Butler-esque type of player. But Lou Dort is a really good comp. I feel Mitch knows Philly sports very much and covers, or I don't know what that means. Jonathan Himes, what's going on, Jonathan? Thanks for joining. Again, we were saying if insert player can hit threes, we're golden. I'm hoping Springer is the one. I mean, Springer is very much a confidence kind of player. Like, this is what we need.
Yes.
Like, we've been waiting and dying for the Sixers, especially a head coach that can give longer leashes to these players like Paul Reed and Jaden Springer. And we're seeing Anthony likes Caruso. I like Caruso too. I think he would be a sensational fit with Maxey. I'm just worried about the value. I'm not necessarily on board. I would probably say that, and then we trade for him, and I'm like all on board. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Because I like Caruso the player a lot, but like we just got first round picks. Save those picks for a move down the road when maybe another superstar we're not talking about, maybe a Mikal Bridges who absolutely torched the Sixers during stretches becomes available. That Nets team is weird. I don't know what they're trying to do.
What's funny though? You know what's funny about Mikal Bridges? I forget which team it was. They offered 4 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and the Nets turned that down.
Wow.
Oh, I'm like,
well, he's arguably the best wing in the NBA. Like, he's the best.
Yeah, he's up there. I definitely agree. Yes,
he's amazing, man. Bruce says Springer is never going to give you anything less than 100%. We've got Ron Jeremy in the house. What's going on, Ron Jeremy?
What is up, Ron?
3 beers for the win.
Hey, I'll take
Please
water.
have underwear in that
I'll
photo.
take water.
I've got some Jack and Coke. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
Jonathan says, I'm not trading first for Caruso. You never know who wants out. Absolutely, man. If there's anything we've learned, the Sixers are 10-3. Slow down. Let's see what happens. Let the cards play out. All the puzzle pieces are finally on the board surrounding Joel Embiid. They're finally coming together. They've got wings. They've got depth. They've got length. And we're going to talk about why Nico Batum is such a great fit. Yeah, go ahead.
To me, you guys, both of you guys, I want to say a little bit more than a week ago, you both made a comment saying, this Sixer team hasn't been that exciting since the Bill Nelly days and Ilyasova. And they might not have the 3-point play like that team did, but this team gets boards more than that team did. Like, this team gets boards, and that's what I love about it. Like, they're constantly under the net, and whether it's Embiid and more aggressive Tobias, we're getting Maxey. I mean, there's always someone underneath the net getting boards, and that's what I love about this squad moving forward. I mean, they can, obviously offensive board, defensive board, dishing it out to the wide open guy. That's what I love. And like you said, this team is the way that's set to build around Embiid to make him go forward. Yeah, let's see. Let's push that needle a little bit more. Absolutely.
Steven says, I thought the Sixers did a really good job of limiting second chance opportunities today. That was a really good comment, Pat. Steven says, no trades until we have played 40 games. Caruso is redundant. Wait to see if someone gets hurt. Nets are a collection of talent. There's some players there I like, but they're kind of a hot mess. Bruce says, also like the Flyers, they're starting to improve. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Grizzlies offered 4 first-round picks.
It was the Grizzlies
For
Mikal Bridges.
And then another Dort comparison for Jaden Springer in this one. Let's get to Tyrese Maxey. Who in this one finished with 25 points, 8 of 20 from the field, 6 of 11 from three-point range. Wow. Evolving into one of the most deadly three-point shooters in the entire NBA. 10 assists, 1 turnover. Like Tyrese Maxey's like performance kind of started slow. I mean, in the first quarter, he was very passive. He wasn't looking for his shot. I think he only was 1 of 4 from the field. You can see it. Like when Tyrese Maxey's not aggressive, when he's not doing much within this offense, it really limits the Sixers in many ways. Like, he doesn't really impact much in beyond that. Like the Sixers need him to be aggressive. They need the Sixers need to find Maxey a balance between facilitating and scoring. But then the second, third, and fourth quarters happened, and he went off. There was one shot where Tyrese Maxey hit a 3 from the freaking logo, looking like and we have made that comparison on this show like a week or two ago, where we kind of keep pushing the sticks back in terms of what the hell this guy's ceiling is. And Maxey is becoming one of the best floor spacers in the NBA. When he's confident, the rim is this big, and his shot is so wet. I'll throw it to you, Pat. Thoughts on Maxey today?
Again, Maxey just silent but deadly. Again, all eyes focus on D'Anthony Melton, but my man, 6 for 11 from the 3-point range. Again, you want to talk about someone who sneakily just like you said, this is a year this is all about him and his next step in development, what he's going to be. And again, the way he just drives the rim with just being fearless, just takes the ball with nobody. It doesn't matter. You got 3-4 in the paint. Doesn't matter. He's going to find himself to that rim. And then his pullback threes and the screen to him and Joel Embiid, the way they complement off one another, the chemistry between those two, it's just been it's been a 1-2 punch. And that's the best thing. Granted, like one of the listeners said today, it's just the Nets. Yeah, I understand that. But still, don't forget, Nets were very much in this first half of the game till that second half. And then things start to go the Sixers way more so. But again, the way he can shoot the three, the way he finds the screens behind Embiid, the way his pullback 3-pointers are, anytime he gets spacing, he's going to shoot the lights out. So, but like you said, when this cat's on, when he's more aggressive, Max, the defensive team better look out because you don't know where he's going to shoot.
Yeah, you love to see the 10 assists, the 1 turnover. That's incredible. It was a quiet game, very solid game. And here's his shot chart. Really struggled inside the arc. But the 6 of 11 from the top of the key, man, was just lights out. Mitch, thoughts?
You know what? I just got to say this, man. Combined with Joel Embiid and Maxey, 57 points, 19 assists. I just got to throw that out there. They're the best duo in the league. But Maxey, I agree with you. Where's his ceiling? When is it going to end? I cannot wait for this. I was live streaming this game, and I was literally screaming when Maxey hit it from the logo. I'm like, what are we watching here? Is it Curry 3.0 or something? I love this. Having so much fun here.
Dude, like his DHOs, like his range is just, I feel like it's growing as the season progresses. Like it's nuts. And yeah, this kid's so young. His future's so bright. Sensational. Who should we talk about next? Is there anybody else you want to talk about next? I'll throw it to you guys. Any thoughts?
If I'm going to give it to anybody, it's got to be the coaching. Again, this Nets team was very much in it for the first half. That second half, they made some adjustments. And, I came back from taking my son to the park real fast, came back, and they're up by 20. And again, they start to, pull away from this game. They start to really pull away from, again, the Sixers had this game at hand. Like you said, we all know, okay, the Nets didn't have their best shooter, but still, for them to be able to hang around, they were doing something right. They were getting their rebounds. Mikal was making his shots, and then they just start to translate everything. Nick Nurse is really, you want to talk about buying into a system. Nick Nurse has got this whole team from Joel Embiid down to the mop boy. It got them all really bought into what he's doing and what his message is. That's what I love about him.
Absolutely agree. I think Maxi's problem now is playing tight defense. Is when people are playing tight defense on. Yeah, there's definitely a history of teams that have length, like the Nets, like the Celtics, where Maxi really struggles. But I think it's more on Maxi, man. I think it's like when he's playing his game, there's no one that can keep up with him. There's no one that creates space better than him.
Sure.
So it's really just about this Sixers offense continuing to move, continuing to move without the ball, cutting to the basket, and the gravity that Embiid and Maxey have, their ability to open up shots in the corner, open up wide open shots on the perimeter is unbelievable. It's the secret weapon of this offense. That's the upside. And, and this is coming from someone that was like, the door is shut. The door is shut. It might very well be when it comes to winning a championship, but it's definitely open a little bit with Nick Nurse, no doubt about it. Let's not discount how much Maxey's hope has helped open it up for D'Anthony. Absolutely. And I do want to do one quick shout out to James Harden. And I'm not going to say this twice. It ends tonight. But there's definitely some Harden in Maxey's game this year where we've seen him grow. And I do want to give a shout out to Harden from what we've seen over the last year and a half with James and Tyrese working together. So if there's anything the Harden move gave us, Max is definitely the benefit, no doubt about it. Steven says JoJo did not impede today. We're not going to talk about Wobamba. I am glad we can close games now. Last season we struggle with that, absolutely. Like, isn't that the great thing? Like, I feel like there was like under Doc Rivers, and I hate to like continue to pound on this guy, but like I feel like every third quarter into the fourth quarter, the Sixers had some sort of collapse with Embiid off the court and bad rotations, bad clock management, never calling timeouts, Doc really failing to kind of read the floor. That's been the exact opposite with this team. The Sixers seemingly, at least from the eye test, dominate in the second half, from the jump. And that's been totally different than years past. That's just kind of a weird take from mine. But that being said, let's roll on to our Sixers player of the game. All right, it is time to crown player of the game. Nobody here can pick the same player twice. Let us know down in that comment section who your player of the game was today. I'll throw it to you, Pat, first. Lead us off.
Player of the game. I'm going to go with D'Anthony Melton, reaching 21 points today on his season, doing excellent job. Again, from the past week, has really stepped up his perimeter percentage. From like what is it, 20 something to 30, 70 something. He's really has stepped up in that role. Like I said, when Kelly Oubre went down, he really stepped up his game. He's been a nice complementary piece to Joel Embiid when Maxey might have to sit or something. So he's taken on that role. And you saw today, he had no fear of taking that ball to the rack. Whenever Joel Embiid found him in spacing or whatever it was, he was really making the best of his opportunities today. I got to give credit to D'Anthony Melton today for just overall just stepping up this season.
All right. Pat says D'Anthony Melton. Jonathan Himes agrees. That is 2 nods for player of the game over the last 3 games for Mr. Melton. Bruce asks, is that a Lindros jersey?
Yes, it is. It's a signed jersey. As a matter of fact, my man House of Fury is ready to punch me in the belly for wearing a signed jersey out in public. But yes, it is.
Philly Special says Jaden Springer, Mo Bamba.
He's trying to troll.
Cork Maz? Oh my goodness. All right. Springer. And then I feel Stevens didn't smash Lindros in the head. He could have been great. Oh my gosh. Got a lot of Lindros love in this post game. Didn't expect that. Mitch, who's your player of the game?
It's definitely not Tobias, so I'm going to throw that out there. It's definitely not Tobias. I mean, playoffs last year. That's definitely it.
There
But
were
for me-
some classical Tobias in this game. Just heavy ISO, not hitting from threes, missing guys cutting to the basket. It was a frustrating Tobias game.
Yeah. So for me, I got to take Joel Embiid. I mean, 1 assist away from a triple-double. His playmaking's there, going down to the paint, him shooting, just him being him and Nick Nurse unlocking that potential. Joel Embiid is mine.
Joel Embiid is a great choice. I'm glad he got the nod. I have my pick, and then I have an honorable mention, and we kind of touched on it heading into this one at the start of the show, but Nico Batum,
Yes.
and his role on this team is just pitch perfect. I mean, he's 10 times what we envisioned PJ Tucker to be with Joel Embiid. He was a plus 25. He only had 3 points and 3 boards and 3 assists in 24 minutes. But like his perimeter defense, you can see how much the Sixers missed his defense against the Pacers, against the Celtics. This guy is just the ultimate role player for this team. What I love about Batum as well, he feeds Embiid the ball in really good spots. Outside of Maxey, the Sixers really don't have guys that can do that. So I want to give a shout out to Batum, who consistently impresses. And I can't wait for Kelly Oubre to come back, because I think that's going to have a trickle effect and really improve this Sixers roster in many different levels. But for me, it's got to be Jaden Springer. I thought Springer was sensational yet again. Back-to-back games of 20 minutes or more. He was a -1, but it didn't feel like that. There's like a big picture type of thing happening with Jaden Springer that I'm really excited about, and I'm biased. Pat knows, like, my favorite thing in sports is watching young guys grow and young guys develop in anything. And that's he's like the new Maxey. He's the guy that I can't wait to watch him grow in this Sixers season. So give me Jaden Springer all the way as my player of the game. And if you're following along, if you've watched any of our post games, for me, that's back-to-back player of the game nods for Jaden Springer and his role as a guy that can suffocate defensively and hopefully be that defensive stopper against the Pacers, the Celtics, the Bucks, against Dame, against Halliburton, against Jaylen Brown. That's what I'm hoping for because the Sixers don't really have that guy. Let's go to some comments real quick, and then we'll get to grades. Dives, I feel the subtraction of the beer was the best move we could have ever made. I couldn't agree more, man. It is unloved Chris Maxey.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not going to beat on this dead horse anymore, but I remember the Saturday prior to Tim getting traded, I said to you, there's something with this team chemistry without him on the floor that you can't have him back on this floor because it's going to ruin everything that it's going on right now. So the Sixers had no choice. It forced their hand to have to move on from him. They seen what was going on. They knew what was going on. And that's when whenever they said, here, listen, I'll take a bag of gumballs for you right now. Just get off the team here. Just take your jet and get out of here. So no, I totally agree. Without Harden nowhere near the Sixers building, we're fine. We are just doing a lot better without him.
Absolutely agree. Steven says, I'm calling Glenn a new nickname, the Lock, because so many Sixers are being unlocked this year.
Actually, the ESPN is on lock. He's calling games or Doris Burke, so the ESPN is on lock.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just getting rid of Harden. I agree, man. I agree, Bruce. Good comment. I mean, what was the ceiling of Maxey? We're hopeful that he would make an all-star game. This guy looks like an all-NBA guard. Like, that's how well he's playing. Like, his assist-to-turnover ratio is top 5 in the NBA. This guy is ridiculous. And his usage rate is the same. So he's playing more. He's going to probably arguably be top 3, top 5 in minutes played this season. and his assists are lower. I mean, his turnovers are lower. It's crazy. He's playing so well. We were all excited about the Nick Nurse, Tyrese Maxey combination, that duo, and it's really unfolded in amazing ways in 2023, 2024. Steven says our window would be wider if we still had Isaiah Joe. Don't get me started, Steven.
Don't get us started on that.
Don't get me started, man. Isaiah Joe is my guy, and seeing him light up the net with OKC has been killing me, man. I don't want to get into that. This is a positive podcast.
Next Saturday, this coming Saturday, we play.
Yeah, Sixers.
Yeah.
Sixers versus Thunder in less than a week. That'll be a really fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony says, I hate Harden because he's useless, just like Bernard Williams when he played for the Eagles all those years while he suspended and collecting a check. Wow.
Well, angry Anthony, just on fire as usual.
All right. Any other player of the game nods you want to throw out? We good?
I think we're good.
We good?
Good.
We good.
I'll just give one nod to Paul Reed, just for his hustle on the court, just for his defense. I mean, Paul Reed, he did take a three. So I love that. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I thought Paul Reed, like his defense continues to be sensational. Let's roll. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah. No, and again, if I have to give anybody credit, it would be the nurse's office, Nick Nurse, making the right adjustments. You know, like I said, that this Nets team, giving this team the fits in the first half. Nick took them right in the nurse's office, figured everything out. Second half, just blowing them away, just peeling them away. And like you said, the perimeter defense stepped up. The in the paint defense stepped up. Everything all surrounding this Sixer team has been looking sharp. And like you said, he's getting every piece that he has from that bench, and he's slowly turned things around. He's, like you said, talking about some young development. You talk about Springer. You're talking about Milton. He's getting the best out of. He's finding ways to find guys open, and he's making the best of it.
Well said. Really well said. I'm going to look up something real quick. Who has the best? This is really, really cool. And I didn't even know this until right now. And this doesn't even include this game. If you look at up until today, the Sixers have the best net rating in the entire NBA in the second half. 11.2. Second is the Denver Nuggets, 10.4. Third is the Boston Celtics, 9.1. And then fourth is the New York Knicks at 8.8. The Sixers have the number one net rating in the second halves. So, again, kudos to Nick Nurse, like Pat said, because he's been unbelievable. Let's roll into team grades.
Won't you give me sweetness and light for my restless smile? Please give me a way to escape this world gone astray. You could give me a little peace of mind in these troubled times.
All right, this section of the show, we grade the performance from the Philadelphia 76ers. Just recap the last few games in those back-to-backs against the Pacers. They got a B+ and then a C+ against the Celtics. It was a D+, and then against the Hawks a couple days ago, it was a B+. Throw it to you, Pat. How would you grade today's performance?
Just a B all around. I'll give this team. I think, again, I think their offense looked really sharp, but their defense in the first half kind of looked like they took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit. I mean, Mikal Bridges was finding ways to do whatever he wanted. Didn't really apply it into the second half. So I'll give it a B just overall.
What about you, Mitch?
I'll give it a B as well. I mean, just the first half, there were some things I didn't like out there, especially some of the rotations. But in the second half, the adjustments were made. I liked it, so B for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the B. Let's roll the B all around. I think the big picture, the breadcrumbs are being laid down for this team, whether that's Jaden Springer or Batum or the upside of Kelly Oubre and his role off the bench as a scorer with Maxey and Maxey off or on the bench. there's real kind of things you can get excited about with this roster. I didn't like the offense to start the game. I felt they were sluggish at times. But at the end of the day, I thought they did a really good job of limiting second chance opportunities. I think they did a really good job of adjusting in that second half, like you guys just said. My man Quentin loves the Point Mods tribute video. We might be undefeated if Oops didn't get hurt. Maybe we lose one of the 4 games in 6 days, but still. I mean,
to me, and I get it. Listen, I love in a small sample size we got from Oubre. How can you not love what he brought to the table? But it's not like the Anthony Melton's, filling in the shoes. I mean, heck, again, what you saw today was just remarkable. So you got to be pleased from what you're seeing from him to step up in his role.
Absolutely. And I thought they contested really well from the perimeter. I think that's how they need to learn how to defend. Take away the 3-point shot. The Celtics absolutely killed them with threes, just spamming the 3-point button over and over and over again. The Nets shot. They had 28 3-point attempts in this one. The Sixers had 35. That's pretty impressive for a team that normally doesn't beat you on 3-point attempts. So love to see that. But I want to see more of that with Batum and some of the perimeter defenders like Springer contest threes. That's what we need to continue to do against teams that dominate from the perimeter like the Celtics. The Mo Bamba N1 was like twisting the knife to go by. One was like throwing salt in their eyes. I don't think stopping the 3 was in the lock scheme. No, it wasn't. Or slowing down teams in transition. But we're not going to talk about that. This is a great show because the Sixers move on to 10-3 on the season. They move on. I believe they play Tuesday.
Tuesday against the Cavs.
Tuesday against the Cavs should be a really good matchup. Donovan Mitchell, we will be back for that as well. I'll throw it to you, Mitch. Final thoughts on this W? Plugs.
All I'm going to say is this. Put some respect on D'Anthony Melton's name. I'm going to keep on saying that for a while now. If he just keeps on doing what he's doing, he's perfectly fine. And, yeah, you can find me on Mitch Talks on YouTube, Twitter, Hardcore Sports Network, and Edge of Philly Sports.
All right. What about you, Pat?
My final takeaway is Nick Nurse. Day and night from last year's coaching scheme to this year's coaching scheme, getting rebounds consistently, just finding how to make the right adjustments with everybody on this team, from Embiid to Springer to all over. Every player on this team is very, very. He's finding ways to really get in the best of everybody, and you've seen it. Like, I didn't know Maxey had this 3-point game that he's unleashing, and my man is just unleashing from the screens that he's getting from within Embiid or the pullback threes. This guy is just Nick Nurse is just what he's done within year one. Has got everyone bought in. He's got everyone's ears listening to him. He's doing a fine job right now. I want to see this guy progress and see what he can do with this team moving forward.
Absolutely agree.
By the way, Pat Bernard, of course, you can find him on X from Pat from Ambler, and of course, the Edge of Philly Sports Union and Philadelphia Wings beat reporter.
All right, my man Pat. PM in the AM was the sporting checked out as well. Always my favorite show. Show for sure. It's amazing. Love the banter between you and Mike. It's one of my favorites.
That's great.
And the worst part is, like, I work with this guy, so it doesn't just happen on Sundays. It's Monday through Saturday. So,
oh man, Pat, just Luffy. I think we just became best friends. Doc Rivers was the problem. Rocco can focus more back on his defensive rebounding prowess with Batum. I thought Rocco had another very good game in this one, cutting to the basket, great defensive moments. This guy's fit this team now, and it's guys fit around Joel Embiid now. It's an amazing thing to watch. My final thought is I just want to see Tyrese Maxey aggressive through 4 quarters. I don't want to see him just be passive. I don't want to see him passing up shots. I want this guy to relentlessly attack the paint because he's so elite at it. Like this guy, it's hard to complain because he's so good, and he's truly, truly breaking out this year. But again, like his upside is just unrivaled compared to the rest of the guards in the East. I mean, he's arguably the biggest, most improved player in the NBA. Period. Plugs. I dropped 7 videos today on college football. If you love the draft, the biggest winners of the week from yesterday, go check that out. It's on the channel. Winners of the week from Bo Nix to Nate Wiggins to defensive and offensive players as we get ready for next week's big matchup, Mitch, against Michigan and Ohio State.
I'm live streaming that. I'm gonna set it up.
Oh, baby, I'll probably join you for that. That's
you got to. You got to.
That's going to be.
I'm still nervous after what happened yesterday with Maryland. Like the defense was bad. JJ McCarthy was terrible. Like
I'm telling you, Travion Henderson's coming. He's coming, man.
Who? I'm sorry.
Travion Henderson. He's the running back for Ohio State.
Yeah.
He has been lighting it up. So I'll be doing a draft show on Wednesday, breaking down our top 10 edge rushers in the 2024 NFL Draft with my man Ryan Reese. Tomorrow, it is Eagles Monday. Pre-game, halftime, I'll be leading those. I won't be doing post-game because I'm old and I wake up early for work on Tuesday, so I won't be joining post-game. But I know Pat will be on there, and you can expect all the amazing Eagles versus Chiefs coverage in the near works. We have Steven loves his man Mike. He's been killing it, man. He's been killing it. I know. We'll see. I mean, Ohio State's been really effective at running the football lately, and I think it's going to be a great matchup because Michigan's run defense is as elite as it gets. But guys, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about an amazing Sixers W. Moving on to 10-3 on the season. He is Mitch Kofsky at Mitch Kofsky. Also check out his Fly Like an Eagle podcast.
My bad. It's my computer.
I don't know what's going on right now.
It's a MacBook. I'll explain that after.
I'm like having hallucinations. Like this is really good whiskey.
I can go on. It's my computer. My bad.
And then my man Pat from Ambler on Twitter. For Mitch, for Pat, for myself. Thank you guys for watching. Stay awesome, everyone.